In 2024, after the family Chantel Season 5, Pedro Jimeno's working as a real estate agent in the Peach State, Georgia, USA, and trying to put his messy split with Chantel Everett behind him. The family Chantel is now over, and its cast members are adjusting to life out of the spotlight. Pedro, Chantel, and other cast members, including Chantel's parents, Thomas and Karen Everett, still get plenty of attention online. Also, the 90 Day Fiancé spin-off series that made them household names casts a long shadow. The shade Pedro's gotten because he left Chantel hasn't stopped him from pursuing his goals, but maybe it's hindered him. Pedro's image has changed so much since his 90 Day Fiancé stint. The handsome guy from the Dominican Republic once seemed sweet. Now it's easy to wonder if he ever loved Chantel at all. He may have planned to leave her all along. It's been a while since the Family Chantel Season 1 premiere aired in October 2021. When Season 5 wrapped in December 2023, Pedro was considered a cross between Darth Vader and Don Juan. The shade Pedro's gotten because he left Chantel hasn't stopped him from pursuing his goals, but maybe it's hindered him. Yes, the consensus among the family Chantel fans is that Pedro's a heartless, womanizing scumbag, but he still has his supporters, not to mention his sense of humor. In the Instagram post shown above, Pedro shares a lighthearted look at mispronouncing words. Be sure to watch it as it's quite amusing. Nonetheless, Pedro was blasted by a commenter. They said, "Pedro's heard all this before and probably doesn't believe it. Everyone's the hero of their story. Sure, he has haters, but Pedro's proud of his Hispanic heritage, and he should be. There's nothing wrong with making fun little jokes on Instagram. While he's the baddie of Season 5, there's more to Pedro than meets the eye. Also, he may have gotten the proverbial villain edit. People are blinded to the fact that he might have had valid issues too. Most fans don't want to consider his point of view." In the Family Chantel Season 5, there were some extremely harsh moments, including a wrenching scene where Chantel had to stare at the man who left her while sitting at a conference table. The romance was dead, as seen in the video above. All that was left was the business of splitting up. They needed to sell the home they shared. Pedro wanted to sell the property. He's a real estate agent, after all. However, Chantel wouldn't give him that power. She felt totally betrayed, as seen in the clip above. In another scene, she bitterly summed up her point of view. In 2024, he's making fans listen. While he's turned off comments in the past, he is currently allowing them. Some people are actually rooting for him. As he tries to sell houses and condos in Georgia, Pedro's confidence rarely falters. However, it's very likely that the monster Pedro is hurt by what's been said. Nonetheless, he's strong enough to survive. He seems to believe in himself. He's interested in crushing his goals. While the very publicized split was nasty, with restraining orders, cheating allegations, and more, there is a silver lining, and that's the fact that Pedro has moved into the next stage of his life with his fame intact. How he leverages his notoriety is up to him. He's seen as a cold-blooded con artist and green card hunter who used his pretty face to bewitch and then destroy Chantel. That's too simplistic, but Pedro's no angel either. He and his mother and sister look out for number one. The ruthlessness in the Jimeno clan is chilling. It's unpleasant and unattractive. The lack of warmth was always evident in Lydia and Nicole. However, Pedro tended to sheathe his claws. When he started freezing out Chantel, his talons were no longer retracted. People behave horribly during divorces. It's like being in an altered state. Then things change. Pedro seems like he's doing well now. Chantel still appears to be a bit rattled after a 90-day. The single life stint that didn't lead to true love. The infamous starboy Pedro, whose perfect teeth and skin were so irresistible to Chantel, is using his looks and charm to get ahead. That's not exactly a crime. Chantel does exactly the same thing. While she has a lot more Instagram followers and won the divorce due to her authentic heart touch, which was truly painful to witness, Pedro is thriving. In the post above, Pedro smiles, looking rested, healthy, and happy. Pedro can't spend the rest of his life apologizing for a relationship that another person also participated in. At some point, people have to grow up and move on. The Family Chantel star is trying to do just that. For Chantel, it may all be much harder.